we need to realize filmmaking is a reflection of who we are as an entire country. So going on YouTube and watching a particular movie, as a foreigner, I would automatically think and believe that this is how this group of people act. This is how the film industry is, whereas we have better movies. I mean, look at an Indian going on YouTube to check Nigerian movies, and the first movie they're seeing is one movie that talks about a village boy that went to meet a woman in the city, and they now fell in love and got married. All this very, bruh, YouTube movies, it doesn't pass three topics: love, money, somebody in the low class life meeting up with somebody in the high class life. Just ridiculous storylines. It's just very mediocre and very meat. What's good, everybody? Welcome to a brand new episode of Popcorn 10 podcast right here on Popcentral TV. Of course, this is brought to you by Popcentral. My name is Grandprince, and of course, I am your buddy when it has to do with movies and everything surrounding film, reality TV shows, and every of those shows that you have to watch on your screens. Now, today's very different because we're going to be talking about the first half of the year. We are literally at the second half of the year, and what that means is that we are done with a whole chapter, and so I'm going to be talking about some films that came out in the first half, how great they did, and of course some monumental, points in the film industry in Nigeria and at large. It's going to be very exciting, so I need to actually stay back, relax, and enjoy this entire ride. All right, let's get right into it. Now, a couple of films came out this year, and I'm very excited about all of these films that actually came on board this year. The thing, however, is that I'm not sure if a lot of these films met up to our expectations in the first half of the year. One thing that we know for sure is that Nollywood is going places. We're at a point where a lot of things are changing. People are beginning to take film and acting and movie producing very seriously. And so it's just important that we talk about some of these things. I also like to say that it's in this first half of the year that I began to see a lot of YouTube producers, like a lot of filmmakers, who are into YouTube films are doing so many works. Now, some of these films on YouTube are very substandard, really. I've said it before, I've said it so many times. I think that we need to realize that filmmaking in this country is a reflection of who we are as an entire country. So going on YouTube and watching a particular movie, as a foreigner, I would automatically think and believe that this is how this group of people act. This is how the film industry is, whereas we have better movies, look at an Indian going on YouTube to check Nigerian movies, and the first movie they're seeing is one movie that talks about a village boy that went to meet a woman in the city, and they now fell in love and got married. All this very, bruh, YouTube movies, it doesn't pass three topics: love, money, somebody in the low class life meeting up with somebody in the high class life, a guy falling in love with a cleaner, falling in love with a nurse, just ridiculous storylines that the scenes are just repetitive, conversations, dialogue. It's just very mediocre and very meat. I think we need to be at a point right now in the movie industry where the kind of films that we are creating, the kind of movies that we're doing, are speaking exceptional, conversations and driving topics and issues that are very important, especially in society. I know that we cannot have 100% great quality movies, but we can only try, right? We can only try. But we're going to be talking about some of the movies that came up this year in Hollywood and the world at large, All's Fair in Love is one of those movies that, did absolutely great in the Nigerian cinemas, when it came on board. All's Fair in Love, that's the title of the movie. It's a Nigerian film. It has the likes of Timini Egbosan in it. It also has Deyemi Okolawo in that particular one as well. Trust me, I saw this film when it came out in the cinemas, and one thing that I'll say is that this was one of the love stories. I'm just like, okay, this is a very interesting one. There's Beauty Takura in that one as well. There's Kenzie Dawson in that film as well. Pretty much good vibes. It tells a story about Demi and Kala, who are thriving in the fashion business. However, changes begin to occur in the business and a lot more goes down. It also has a South African actress who is on it as well, Bully Samuels. She's from South Africa. It's about 1 hour 54 minutes film, about 2 hours. There's Deyemi Adedemeji Lateef. There is Beauty Takura, like I said earlier, and there are quite a number of other interesting actors. What really stood out for me in All Fair in Love is the fact that it was the images are beautiful. The production in terms of photography was really, really good. You know, I really loved the shots that were done with this film. You know, and I think this is Deyemi's debut as a producer. He did this one in collaboration with Accelerate TV, which was very, very interesting as well. You know, so I mean, shout out to Deyemi Okolawa and of course Accelerate TV for putting that one all up together. We're also going to talk about a couple of films that are coming really soon. This year as well, we had The Silent Intruder, and this one was Paris production. It has Spare on it. It also has Uche Montana. Great storyline as well. If you're going for like some sexy stuff, then this is a film that you should definitely check out. Then IWAJU came on board. IWAJU is an African first animation original that goes to Netflix, to Disney, I beg your pardon, to Disney. It was a very great story. It's still actually showing, I think, in theaters abroad. But the thing with IWAJU is the fact that a lot of Nigerians were not able to see it, as it wasn't showing in the cinemas and it wasn't showing in streaming platforms that were very familiar to the Nigerian system, like Netflix, Prime Video, even YouTube. So I think it was a problem for Nigerians to actually consume that particular product and get right into it, you know what I mean? So I think that would have been the limitation with IWAJU. But in terms of storyline and delivery, I like to think that it was really good. With Kehinde Bankole playing lead in this one. She voiced in that particular one. It was good, you know. They did worldwide premiere, of course, abroad, and then they brought it back to Nigeria where they did the African premiere. I think it was a good outing as well for them, you know. Saving Onome is another film that came out in the first quarter of this year, in the first half of this year. Saving Onome has Nancy Sime playing lead. It has a couple of really young people who are doing exceptional work in the acting industry. What did I think about Saving Onome? I think that it was a story that I kind of have seen somewhere before. It's directed by Dimeji Ajibola. It follows the journey of two devoted parents fighting against odds for their chronically ill daughter with time running out and life-saving surgery hanging. Yeah, that's basically what the storyline is about. It has Nasboy as well, Nasiru. It has Olumide Oworo, there is Kepi Ekpenyong, there's Femi Jacobs, there's Mary Lazarus, and of course Nancy Sime on that one. Saving Onome wasn't a bad outing as well. Some things were exaggerated, in my opinion. But I think that when it has to be filmed, the nitty-gritty of it is the storyline, the delivery, and how it's being done, the production and what have you. And I think that Dimeji has directed exceptional work with this one. You know, I loved it, and I love to see it. You know what I mean? Up next is AJOSEPO. AJOSEPO is a love movie, right? It's a story of two incredibly young, you know, a couple, you know, who are set to get married in the land of Ibadan, but like different circumstances begin to occur to stop the wedding from happening, but eventually it happens. There is Tomiki Adeoye playing lead. There is Mike Afolarin in this one as well. There is Deyemi Okolawa as well in this one. Great people. Bolaji is also in this one. Lizzie, right? Lizzie the comedian. She's also in this one. In fact, Lizzie was my highlight in this movie. I really loved what Lizzie did with this film. You know, Lizzie didn't have a lot of scenes, 2 or 3 scenes, but bruh, her impact was felt. She is effortlessly funny. And I think that in AJOSEPO, she did great for herself. Of course, there is Ronke Oshodi. Ronke Oshodi was exceptional. Oh my god, she was exceptional in AJOSEPO, and I just really hope that we see more of her like that. You know, she was funny, she was witty, she was smart, she sounded very English, sounded very Yoruba as well. She was really, really good. You know, and all other actors as well, they showed up and showed out. You know, Kanaga Jr. was in this film as well. There were a few things that I had concerns with, you know, just a few things. You know, I feel like some actors were overacting. I'm not going to name names, but I feel like some actors were overacting, you know, at some point. But storyline, I think it was dope. Bisola Ayola killed her role effortlessly. Timini Egbosun also killed his role effortlessly. This one was directed by Kayode Kazum. Great film. It did really great in the cinemas. I think it made over 100 million naira in the Nigerian cinema. So great outing. The next film that I'd like to talk about is Beast of Two Worlds. Beast of Two Worlds, of course, as produced by Eniola. Right. This is a film that Bobrisky went to and was given Best Dressed Female at the premiere, and it caused a lot of controversy, right after. But the film itself, I'm not Yoruba, right? But I did see this film. And one thing that stood out for me for this film was, in the effort of the originality, that was done with this one. Beast of Two Worlds made over 100 million naira in just 5 days. AJOSEPO. That's the title of the film, is Beast of Two Worlds. There is Eniola Ajao as the producer, of course, Odunlade Jonathan, there's Fathia Balogun, Shola Shobawale, Bimbo Akintola, Mercy Aigbe, Lateef Adidimeji. Those are the cast members of Beast of Two Worlds. For her first movie in the cinema, I think that she did great for herself. It wasn't bad. I think that one thing that Nigerian producers are really doing now is publicity. Like, the publicity in the Nigerian movie scene is absolutely gone nuts. Look at the likes of Funke Akindele doing mad PR for their movies with content creation, with actually on-site one-on-one conversations with people about these films. In fact, when the films are in the cinemas, them going to the cinemas, celebrity appearances, like film producers are going for their money. Tony Abraham, Mercy Aigbe, Eniola, and the rest, Kade Kazim. Like, a lot of people are doing so well in terms of PR, and I think that the Nigerian movie industry is beginning to see that the power of PR is exceptional and is working. Shout out to Funke Akindele, Tony Abraham for actually because honestly, I like to think that they're the ones who really took the bull by the horn and showed these people that you can actually just do crazy PR for your films. Mercy Agbe as well, on that WhatsApp group. And I love it for them. The next film that I would like to talk about is an absolute classic. I think that this is one of the best films that I have seen this year. That is Fumilayo Ransom Kuti, as directed by Bolanle Austin Peters. Bolanle Austin Peters is one of the most brilliant women that I know when it has to do with direction. And I was going to say movie direction, but it's not just movie direction. If you see a Bolanle Austin Peters production in terms of play on stage or on screens, she is exceptionally brilliant. Like, every little detail is being put into consideration, and with her you can see that she thinks about the costuming, the actors. She drives the actors to a result that she actually wants, and I think that's the power of a director and somebody who is just involved in creation of the art, and that is who Bolanle Austin Peters is. With Fumilayo Ransom Kuti, I think that she did an exceptional job, honestly. You could see that, in the massive scenes where it had a lot of people in it, to the one-on-one scenes, you could see that she had twerked the emotions of these actors to go in a certain light. If there is anything that an actor would be grateful for, is a great director, and I think that that's who Bolanle Austin Peters is, and that's exactly what she did with Fumilayo Ransom Kuti. If you haven't seen it, please go check it out. I think it's on Prime Videos now. It was in the cinemas for a bit, but it's on Prime Videos. I saw it first at AFRIV last year, 2024, and I just knew that, this was going to be a mad movie. It came out earlier this year. It was really Brilliant. If you haven't seen it, it's on Prime Video now, so you can actually go check it out. For Fumilayo Ransom Kuti, you can see from the costuming to the sound to the detailing to the lines in the movie, everybody ate. For lack of better words, in Gen Z terms, everyone ate. I love it. Now, the other film, most recent one now, is Muri and Ko. Muri and Ko is directed by Biodun Stevens. It has the likes of Kunle Remy in it. There is Kiki in that one as well. Who else is in this movie? There are quite a number of really talented people. Buchi Franklin is there. Bisola Yola is also there. Yeah. This guy's exceptional. Muri and Ko is absolute comedy. It came out in June. It's still showing in the Nigerian cinemas, I think. Dope stuff. If you're looking for something to laugh with your family, it's very family oriented. Family can actually go check it out. It's good stuff, and I really loved the way that outing was. Over to Netflix. There's this film that was out in Netflix, Oloture, The Journey. We've seen Oloture already, the film, but now there is a series that is out on Netflix. It's called Oloture, The Journey. Biodun Austin, I beg your pardon, Mo Abudu of Ebony Live. That is their production, of course, in collaboration with Netflix. Dope stuff. You know, we're seeing the first one. Filming in a desert is crazy. You know, but filming desert for days and actually producing that, good stuff. Once again, the Nigerian movie industry is stepping up. And if there's anything that I like about it, is the fact that we're beginning to take this into our own hands and just embracing the fact that we are able to do great and mighty things as far as movies is concerned. You know, Mo Abudu 8, Ebony Live 8, Netflix 8 with that one, and all episodes are really, really good. So obviously, there's some things that, you know, I wasn't really very comfortable with, but I think they did really great. Sharon Oja, dope. Beverly Osu. Listen, Beverly Osu did not have a lot of lines to do, but I promise you, every single time she came on board, even the parts where she didn't have to say much, I could feel her character. Beverly Osu was amazing, or it's amazing in Oloture. You guys check it out. Sharon Oja, exceptional as well. Exceptional delivery. There's a scene where she was eating, like the scene where she was hungry. You know, she had just come and they were like, "Oh, do you want to eat food?" The way she was eating, I was just like, "Nah, this is acting." She acted and she gave it her all. There is also Femi acted by F.I. Wera. F.I. is brilliant normally. Brilliant man. Killed his role as per usual, like as he should. You know what I mean? Yeah, a couple of other persons as well, you know, who are in that one, who the Stanze is not even Ghanaian, you know, but he delivered too. Although I still think that, you know, a little bit more could have done to that, but Stanze is an exceptional actor, you know, one of the best that we have in this country, you know, but he did great. He did great, especially because, I mean, he is not Ghanaian, but I had to pick on, you know, a Ghanaian role. Shout out to everybody in Oloture, The Journey. Exceptional work you guys have done. Ijob 1 2 also came up about this year, and yeah, it's been a good ride, to be honest, for the Nigerian movie industry in the first half of the year. But I'm gonna go on a break. When I'm back from this break, I'm gonna talk to you about some of the foreign films that came about this year and how they've been able to do exceptional work in the first half of 2024. I'll see you in a bit. Welcome back to the show, everybody. It is still Popcorn 10 podcast with, of course, your fave, Grandprince. I'm still here. Now, I already talked to you about some of the dopest Nigerian films that we had seen in the first half of the year. There are a couple more that I need to really quickly speak to you about, but let's talk about Hollywood and some of the greatest stuff they've ever done. You know, the first on my list here is Bad Boy 4. Ride or Die, of course. Listen, this is literally one of the best films I've seen this year. It is action comedy. It has Will Smith in it, Martin Lawrence, Jacob Scipio, Paolo Nunes, Tasha Smith is also in this one. DJ Khaled is here as well. Tiffany Haddish is there as well. Guys, let's talk about the importance of Waka Pass. Like, what's his name now? DJ Khaled. Okay, it wasn't Waka Pass, but he literally did one scene in this movie, and it was so good. And then this guy that always just says, that doesn't speak, it was like, what's his name now? Oh my God, how am I forgetting his name? What? Kabilame. Right? That guy, he literally did literally Waka Pass. Like 2 seconds in the entire film, but he was amazing. And then the stunts with Ride or Die 4, dope, bruh. Like, you can see that a lot of things were rehearsed. It was bruh, so good. One more thing, Black Don't Crack. Get that into your head. Black never cracks, because that's exactly what this film just showed me. Because how many years ago we saw Bad Boy 1, Bad Boy 2, Bad Boys 3, and now Bad Boys 4, and they all still look the same. It's just really, you know, ridiculous, insane. You know, I really loved the suspense at every point in time. The scenes at the at the zoo with the crocodiles, the bush scenes, the aerial shots, the one in the helicopter, like everything was just really thought out. And I think that's one thing with Hollywood, that when they come out to play, they come out proper. Everybody brought their A game, and Bad Boys 4 is ultimately one of the best things I've seen this year. No cap. If you have a problem with that, I don't know, what to even say to you. And then we had Bridgerton as well. Shonda Bridgerton came back, this year, season 3, of course, following the story of Penelope and Colin. We saw the part 1 and then the part 2. It was amazeballs. It was so good, you guys. The singing, for me, what really stood this Bridgerton season out from every other one has to be the song choices. Modern songs, but like used, infused in that scenery with the violin and all of that. I saw a comment on TikTok that was like, oh, the problem she had with Bridgerton is the fact that it felt like all of them now had iPhones. But no, they just modernized it. It was great. It was exceptional. The last ball of the season, held by the girls from the Featherington family, it was good as well. Introduction of new characters as well. Dope. I was very, very excited for all of the new faces. I had to see the old faces, the returning faces, I was very excited for the new characters that showed up, and for me, the thing with successful productions is the fact that it takes a lot of time, a lot of effort, a lot of months to put together, even years. And when it's eventually out, it is just really good stuff. And I think that the entire team really ate with that one, First of all, the storyline, dope. I think people complaining about that, the fact that, the storyline doesn't really tally with the one in the book. That's what movies are about. When you adapt movies from books, it's just a bit different. So you should be willing to accept the change for what the change really is at the end of the day. Yeah, so that's what I think about, Bridgerton. We had a couple of other series that were out this year as well. Ultimate Love was also of this year on Netflix. Dope stuff. I Am Celine Dion on Prime Video. You guys, it really, really made us really see Celine Dion for who she really is. I'm very excited about her and all that she has to do, but this film just opened our eyes to it. In this first half, we also saw Supercell. Supercell is a great series. You guys, in case you've not seen it, please go check it out. Dope stuff. Then we have Savage Beauty. Savage Beauty is a South African drama. If you're looking for all of where the drama happens, where the bass, the bows, and all of that is happening, then Savage Beauty is what you should definitely see. Postcards as well, Nigerian film that has affiliations with India, that was shot in India as well, was also released in the first quarter of the year. All in all, I like to say that the Nigerian movie industry in this first half of the year did really, really good for themselves. A lot of films are coming up in the second half. Finding Messiah by Oscar, Kemi Adetiba's husband, is coming out. There is To Kill a Monkey by Kemi Adetiba. Should be coming out on Netflix in the second half of the year as well. There's so many projects to look out for, honestly, in the second half of the year, and I'm very, very excited. Funke Akindele is cooking Finding Jennifer. Right? No, Finding Me is different. That's another project. Everyone Loves Jennifer is what she's cooking, coming out in December. I think what's her name now? Priscilla's mom, IWAJU, she's also cooking something. It feels like she's going to release a project really soon. I think I saw BTS of her taking director Bjorn Stevens to the village in Oyo, where she is, alleged to be filming soon. Tony Abraham as well is cooking a film that is also coming up in December. So I think December is going to be a very, very eat up moment, as it's always is, Looking forward to seeing all of these great films, honestly, and how it plays out at the end of the day. But guys, I like to know what you guys are watching and what's up with you guys. So hit me up and let me know what you guys are checking out. Perfect Match is on Netflix as well. You guys go check that one out and let me know what your thoughts are. That's really the size of the show today. I just really wanted to talk about the films that we've released in the first half of the year and what we are to expect in the second half. I want to see more drama, more action. I'm tired of seeing jokes as movie forms, especially on YouTube. Shout out to the few ones for doing great stuff on YouTube, but not all the films on YouTube are doing so well. 5 minutes into it, I'm already like, what is happening? What is this? But I like to think that we'll do better, and at the end of the day, things literally get better, from here. You guys, this week, a couple of things I wanted to check out this week, right? This week on Popcorn 10, the things I like to check out this week. A few films. First on my list happens to be Supercell. If you're a sickle cell patient or you want to be very, you are interested in sickle cell or all of that concerns it, check out Supercell on YouTube. Second film I'd like you to check out this week happens to be one of the films that I'm just very, very excited about. And, I've recommended this before, but I want you to really check it out again in case you've not seen it. I Am Celine Dion. Great storyline. Listen, it's going to open your eyes to who Celine Dion really is, the struggle she had to go through, and where she is now. The last film I'd like you to check out on Prime Video is Alaye. It's a Ruth Kadiri's film. It's out on Prime Video now. It has a couple of very interesting characters, including Zikoloma Obi-Titus, Samuel Perry, properly known as Brother Shaggy. It's directed by Oke Ifeanyi with Kadiri as executive producer. Guys, check it out. Eddie Watson is there as well. Monica Friday, Rosie, a couple of very interesting people. Check these films out and let me know what your thoughts are. And with that, I want to thank you so much for watching Popcorn 10 podcast this week. Always a great time showing up here, chatting with you about movies, fun time, films, reality shows, and everything in between. Next week, I should have a guest for you on my couch, but this week I just really wanted us to unwind and recap a couple of films that had shown in the first half of the year. Once again, thank you for watching. My name is Grandprince Ita. You can catch me on socials. This is Popcentral TV, at Popcorn10_, and of course at Grandprince Ita. Goodbye. See you next week.